Now that you've gotten to maybe look at the full bracket, what are your thoughts on Casey?
No, I think it's going to be a great event. I think it's kind of a mirror of what the guys have. I think you're looking at games that rival the NCAA tournament first and second round games. I think it's a tournament where you could pick a lot of teams to win it. I think that's a little different on the women's side. So I think it's going to be fun. I can't wait to get to Kansas City. I've said many times that besides the NCAA tournament itself, I think it's the best basketball event in our country. Kansas City does a great job, and women's tournaments together. I think it's going to be a blast.
Were you allowed to vote for Ash for Player of the Year?
No, we nominate players, but you're not allowed to vote for your own players. I would have voted for it. If I had the opportunity, I would have voted for it.
You know, she's in some pretty elite company. Obviously, she and Bridget being the only ones that win it. But what's that say? Just that, you know, she got the votes of all the coaches in the league and people who have seen her for a long, long time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the biggest thing right there, Tommy, is the coaches that she plays against voted for it. So it's not just what we think. It's not opinions on anyone. It's the people that have to deal with her twice a year, and now at least Baylor 3 times. They're the ones that picked her. They're the ones that felt she was the best player. And I think to her credit, you know, to play the way she played with that kind of, I don't know if pressure is the right word, but expectations, and especially after Steph got hurt. For her to continue to do what she's done, and it's a great way. It's a great honor for her to. I don't think validate's not the right word at all, but I think a great way to end an amazing career, to be on a list, not just with Bridget, but if you're the player of the year in the Big 12, that's a pretty impressive. That's a pretty impressive honor, and there's a long list of great players that she's on forever, and it's well deserved.
What about Danae too? Obviously, I think when the awards come out, like a lot of people think like, okay, Ashley, Lex, and Emily are gonna get theirs, but for Danae to have this season that she didn't get recognized with.
No, I think it's great for Nate, and again, she deserved it. There weren't a lot of freshmen that played. A lot of minutes, and certainly she played a lot of minutes on a team that was pretty good, on a team that really needed her. And what I told her was, you know, like I told Ash, like I told Bridget, like I've told a lot of players, I hope this is the start of a lot of things. If the highlight of her career is that she's on the all-freshman team, she didn't do her job and I didn't do mine. Hopefully this is a good thing for her to build on and look forward to. But she had a great freshman season, and I think for her it finished on a high note, and hopefully that'll springboard her into the postseason.
I know you've touched on this a little bit, but in the future they're moving the Big 12 tournament format to separate the men's weekend from the women's.
I get it, but not have to answer that question. Did you ask me a question? No. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it. I think the way we're doing it now is absolutely perfect for everyone, but kind of like at home, my vote doesn't really count. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I've been on this track forever. Our administration's been on this track forever. I think to have them in the same time, in the same city, is the best way to do it. I think it's the best for the fans. I don't know how many fans are going to take 10, 11 days off of work. I don't think most people can do that. I think it's going to split the media. That's just my opinion, and I'll probably get in trouble, but that's okay. I've been in trouble before, and I won't have to worry about it too much longer. So I'm just disappointed. Our kids love it. I think the idea of, and the fans going back and forth and having a pep rally together tomorrow, and everything that's the celebration of basketball in the Big 12, to me, has been better when it's together. But smarter people and people that make those decisions don't agree.
How unique is it? I mean, you faced Baylor 3 times a year before, which I know is never an enviable task, but how unique is it that you won on their floor and you get on their floor? You just add a new wrinkle to what's obviously been a matchup.
That's definitely a little different. And I think, like I think I said this the other day, if you look at the teams in the tournament, there's a lot of us that have split, or there's been some odd sweeps, and that, again, I think that's what makes this tournament a lot of fun. And whoever wins it, you're going to have to play really, really well for 3 days. And if you don't win it, it's it's one more great opportunity to play at least one game at a level that you're going to have to play in the NCAA tournament. So I think it's a win-win in a lot of regards, and the postseason is so much fun. If you're a basketball person, it's what we live for, and it's exciting that our team gets to have that opportunity. We're looking forward to playing on Friday.
Is the carrot dangling of possibly hosting a motivating factor in this?
You'd probably have to ask the players that. It's not for me. I don't think that's a real possibility, and maybe I'm in the minority. I don't know that. Yeah, it's great if we do it, but that's not something that I've really thought that much about. I think for our team to be to finish where we did, and to do the things that they did, I'm really proud of them for that. And if not finishing in the top 4 seed is a disappointment, I think we have our priorities in a really bad place. I mean, I'm speaking for us, not anyone else. Yeah, it's great to play at Hilton and all that stuff, but I think the idea of playing in the NCAA tournament is why you practice and why you play. And with what this team has gone through, to be in a position to probably hear your name on Selection Sunday, I think is a great compliment to them. And I think my coaches have done the best job maybe that they've ever done this year with the stuff that we've dealt with. So we're just excited to, be doing what we're doing in March.
Is there any rhyme or reason when it comes to, like, you look at how you guys played on a neutral site you played pretty well? I don't know if that has to do with, like, okay, back then it had Steph, but then, like, quote unquote, road games is different. Yeah. Is there anything to that almost? Or?
Yeah, I think there is. And I think if you look at our schedule, we put together our schedule at the beginning of the year based on the struggles we had the year before, and we wanted to challenge our team. Obviously, we played neutral court games, 2 in Portland. We played Villanova, who's obviously turned out to be really good on a neutral court. We went to UNI, we went to Iowa. So I think we put our plus 9 Big 12 road games. So, I mean, I don't know there's a team in the country that you could look at and say they've done the things that they needed to do away from home. And you look at, the teams that we played and how many teams we played that are in the NCAA tournament. Cleveland State just won their league, so they're in the NCAA tournament. So I'm really proud of the way our team has handled that kind of schedule, and hopefully it'll serve us well now when it needs to be at the highest level.
I think you had said, like, before, sometime during the season that you had actually asked, I think, a few of the players, or maybe it was the whole team, like, do you want to go with the Phil Knight Invitational, right, or how'd that kind of go? I can't remember.
No, we talked about, options and whether or not, obviously, do you want to go somewhere nice and warm and in a fancy hotel, or you want to go to Portland? No offense to Portland, but it's rainy and, and play in that event. Or do you want to go to the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut and play a neutral court game, which at the time could have been Connecticut, or do you want to do something else? And they were all like, no, let's play. And I think especially when we knew we had Steph, we wanted to do it. I'm glad we did it. And I think, the schedule that we played really was one that everyone was excited about. And like I said, I think that's why our numbers are good, and we've challenged ourselves. We beat some good teams. We lost to some good teams. But it was a really good non-conference schedule that hopefully, so when we do get to the next level, we've seen different teams, different styles, different venues, and hopefully that's a good thing.
Did you ask them again?
Yeah, it was late summer, early, like the Phil Knight thing came about kind of late.
Yeah.
So we talked about a lot of different options, and they were all all of them were kind of like, yeah, let's go play whoever we can play. Sounds fun. I mean, they don't. Most of them were like, hey, let's just go play. The biggest thing was we had to make a decision on. Normally, you go to a Thanksgiving tournament, you go to a nice hotel and nice beach and nice and warm and whoever. We had to make some adjustments to our schedule because the Mohegan Sun thing was in December and the Phil Knight thing, and it turned out to be really cool because the PK event was the guys were there too. So that turned out to be a really great thing, and that was a bonus that we weren't completely sure of at the time.
They just wanted free Nike stuff.
Oh yeah, if they get the free, yeah, when they got the shoes and stuff, they were pretty fun. Yeah, they're still wearing their little Phil Knight stuff. Yeah, Nike took really good care of us, so we were, yeah, it's all about the swag. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Thank you guys, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.